Hey Drawdians! Welcome to another episode of Tutorial Tuesdays, now rebranded as How to Draw Furries. In this episode, we're going to talk about proportions and shape. Most of you who have taken a class in life drawing or have studied anatomy books will be familiar with the idea that the standard proportion for an adult is 6.5 or 7 heads high. Conceptually, this makes sense and will be the most common proportion you will ever encounter. I'm here to tell you that that's not important. Standard proportions can lead to boring characters. You should play with size and shape. For a more extreme example, I have an elephant here. His body is comprised of mostly thick, square shapes, a long torso exaggerated by teeny legs. If you get the chance to look at an elephant skeleton, you'll notice that their knees are actually into the barrel of their body, and they're not physically capable of jumping. You can use this here in the character design to give the elephant a more comical proportion and a bit more character. In another example, I've drawn my character Rhari in 2 proportions. One of these is the standard 5 to 7 heads high. The other is a much more smaller and exaggerated character. While the taller one may be more realistically proportioned, the shape and dynamics of the smaller character are more lighthearted and flexible. Don't be afraid to play with size and shape to find something that works for your character. To this end, what characters stick out in your mind that aren't realistically proportioned? I would love to hear what examples immediately come to mind. For this next sketch, I wanted to try a new style of pre-sketching. I'm using a thick but light opacity brush to mark out the skeleton of my sketch, and then we'll go over it and line it. This is to show you guys some of the proportions and shape in action. A special thanks to my Patreon patron, Anaria, for the use of her Samoyed dog character, Alexa. Thanks again for tuning in. You can find me on Patreon, Twitter, DeviantArt, and for Affinity as Rhari. That's R-H-A-R-I. If you have an idea for next month, leave it in the comments section below. Never stop drawing. Bye!